Hello guys, welcome to the Cool Car Guys. Here I am right now in Mid Valley. We're at the Go EV zone as we're gonna experience the drive of the Nissan Leaf. Here I have with me Henry from the Urban Truckers.
Hi everyone.
You guys can go and subscribe to his channel. I'll put the link down below. And today we are gonna experience the drive of the Nissan Leaf up to Genting. This is my first time driving the Nissan Leaf. And driving on a normal road settings is my first time.
And on the highway too.
Yes, correct. You know that I'm a just hybrid driver, so I had to gauge like how a car or how an electric car or how a hybrid car drives on the road. But I have never driven a complete electric cars before, even though I do content about that. But you know,
It's time to put the theory to the test.
it's time to put the theory into the test. Okay, so without further ado, let's join us for the ride.
Let's go.
Let's go. Before we go for a drive, it's actually really important for you to do the SOPs that are labeled and laid out by GoCar to make sure that you document all the damages that already been done on this car. So make sure you don't have to be accountable for it if you don't cause it. Make sure that the car is fully charged before you go, and this is actually a charging cable that connected to the wall box. So right now I think the car is fully charged. You just have to easily take off from it. Don't pull it out straight away because there's a button for you to release it. Am I doing it right?
298 frozen patties later.
Alright, so maybe you can just come over here. I'll show you what it looks like. So, if you can't unplug the charger from the dashboard, just press this button.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, we should be able to unplug the charging cable now.
Okay, so when
number two.
when the light is on,
Yeah.
right, means that I'm able
Unlock.
to unplug it.
Yeah, let's try that.
Oh, got it. And then you just gently put back your charging cable back here. Don't whack it, don't bang it, don't put it on the floor because people might step on it and it might crack. So we've done the SOPs. Just put this flat back on and we're good to go.
Okay.
So Henry, you wanna tell me?
Yeah, actually we haven't set off yet, right? After that long. So okay, Kevin just asked me a very interesting question. What's the e-pedal for? So there's this thing here that says e-pedal, right?
Yeah.
So this basically allows you to drive the car with just the accelerator pedal without having to touch the brakes at all. So the moment you lift off the accelerator, it's going to start slowing the car down for you. So yeah, there you go. You have activated. Oh no, you have not activated e-pedal yet. So there you go. That's e-pedal activated. Oh, sorry. As you can see there. So yeah, you can try. The car won't creep at all. So you've got to really use the accelerator to.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a 1 foot operation.
It is. So the moment you
kind
lift
of
off,
driving mode lah.
then yeah, it will start slowing down the car. This is very different from.
Oh, the regen is so strong.
Yeah, it also uses the physical mechanical brakes lah. So it doesn't just like use the regen. And of course, regen is on max lah when this happens. So when it comes to like very low speed, it will actually grab the mechanical brakes to stop your car completely. Right, so it will take a bit of getting used to. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, because if you're not used to this kind of driving mode, right, people will find it very jerky.
Yeah.
Because it actually grabs the brake really harshly.
Hard. Yeah, it does. So yeah, that is a little bit of getting used to if you have not driven to start with an EV or hybrid to as a matter of fact, right? So the sun is out.
Hey.
So yeah, looks like it's sunny for now.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
It's
blocking
okay.
the mirror.
No problem.
Yeah, so that is what e-pedal does. How much speed does your Jazz?
I mean, how much speed?
How fast can you go before the engine cuts in?
For hybrid cars, usually when you lift up the brake pedal and you step on the accelerator, from 0 to 50, it runs fully on electric.
I see, okay.
And it will kick in on around the third gear, around 70 to 80 kilometers per hour.
Right.
That speed range, the electric battery will kick in as well.
I see, okay.
So for me, driving this Nissan Leaf doesn't feel much different if I'm driving it under low speed. But we'll give it to a test when we go up to the Genting slope road.
Actually, the moment we hit the highway, that's where you really feel the difference.
honest, I want to turn off the e-pedal.
You're not used to it, right?
Yeah, I feel very scary.
Yeah, so that
How to
happens.
turn it off?
Yeah, okay. Just there you go.
Okay.
E-pedal is now off, and we just
Okay.
powered off like a rocket ship.
Yeah. Okay, another thing I find the difference is the brake pedal. For this brake pedal, when you gently press on it, it doesn't feel much of a drag.
Yeah.
But you really have to press it a little bit harder. I'm not sure whether this is like the whole Nissan electric car setup mechanism, or it's the same with
I think it's generally the same with most EVs, right? So when you press on it, it doesn't actually like grab the brake. It actually activates the mechanical, sorry, not the mechanical, the regenerative braking slightly. So it doesn't actually pull the car back that much yet. But as you go further, then it combines the mechanical brakes and also the regenerative braking. Yeah.
Got it.
So it does take a bit of getting used to in terms of the brake pedal, especially you're like me who drives a dinosaur diesel truck, right? But for anyone who has driven an EV, just test drive before, you'll probably notice that there's going to be a difference in how the car brakes and slows down. So now we're doing around 60 km an hour. Nothing new for you yet. I'm waiting for you to hit 90 km an hour later. Yeah, then that's where you really enjoy the sound of silence.
Yeah. For now, my first impression that the Nissan Leaf actually drives really well.
Yeah, so just to be a little bit more clear, this is the second generation Nissan Leaf.
Yeah.
So I'm personally very familiar with the first generation because I had actually rented it on the Australian car sharing platform before. I used to take it out during like midnight because it's totally free of charge. They have a off-peak period where they don't charge rental at all.
Anyway, I want to do a plug here. I mean, it's good that GoCar, it's one of the first car rental companies car rental and car sharing companies in Malaysia that push up EV cars up for rental, and Nissan Leaf is definitely one of their options. So if you guys are interested,
the only option.
The only option.
For now. There might be more coming, we don't know.
Yeah, if you guys are interested, feel free to go and check out. Continue your story.
Yeah, so I was saying just now, I used to bring the first generation Nissan Leaf out for a night spin, right? Just to drive it around, because I really like the sound of silence when you're driving around, even in town. Take the left exit. Okay. Right? Even in town, it is so silent compared to back then, right? That was the first EV that I've ever driven in my life. So I have very fond memories of it, I can never forget it until today. Smart tech, yeah. So whenever I hop into the back of one or the back of the wheel of one, it just brings back all the old memories I had when I first drove it. Yeah. So we are now at the foothill of Genting. Kelvin has been quite excited to see how this car performs.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the chance where you can really test the performance of the electric motor.
But you know me, I'm not a spirited driver.
Yeah, that's true. I should drive.
I give you the opinion of how
it feels.
How it feels to drive this car.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a winding road.
Yeah.
But drives like a normal layman person, not a spirited driver. So personally, going uphill is very effortless, I would say. The word effortless to describe this car is absolutely correct. Because when I was driving along the Karak Highway just now, I can realize how easy it is to go up the slope hill. Yeah, especially also on this stretch of road, it's completely like a slope hill. Yeah. So it feels effortless.
At this point, I'll be in second gear, trying to get the turbo to kick in around this corner.
Exactly. And second to that, it's quiet.
Yeah,
it's quiet. I don't know whether, besides of saying quiet, I felt like the insulation was done well in this car.
Very silent.
Very silent. I think it's sort of like the manufacturer intention to really upsell the idea of you're driving an EV. You're gonna have a quiet driving experience.
Yeah, that's the whole reason of it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you buy an EV is because you don't want to hear the look at Kelvin go.
Yeah, you see, overtake so easily.
And in utter silence.
Yeah, overtaking.
There's a quote from a movie that I want to use: silent but deadly.
Hey, that's true. Damn good way. The brakes just grabs easily.
Yeah. It's easy to drive.
Yeah. I wish that I have a camera to show the front wheel also.
Let me do that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be very shaky footage.
Yeah, but no worries. I think people will understand that. I'm approaching a Mini Cooper now. Let me chucho him. No, I will cut this off from my footage. Crazy. you about that, Mini has an EV, so I wish to drive that one day. It's so good. Okay.
The only thing is, this part is filled with cars now. Otherwise, I think it would have just zapped through.
Let's be frank. If the price is right, I would consider buying a Nissan Leaf.
Actually, you don't need to buy one these days. You can just rent one.
I can rent one.
You can subscribe. I think what's 2,500 per month.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to worry about the battery deterioration issue.
The road tax right now is free because of the government subsidized
for 2 years.
Yes, but you don't have to worry about the maintenance. And yeah.
But actually, there's nothing much to maintain in an EV also.
Oh yeah, lesser engine parts.
Yeah, it's only one single moving component.
No spark plugs.
No spark plugs. No. I think there's no engine oil either.
Yeah. No.
There's coolant. That's for sure. To cool the batteries and motor down. Other than that, yeah, you don't actually even use the brakes all that much either on an EV.
Oh, speaking about that, because of this is a knowledge about like questions, right? Because EV car has that regen, right? Does it mean the brakes
use less? Correct.
Not use more, man? Because
no, because when it regenerates, it uses I can't remember what's the term, but it is a dynamo. I think that's the word.
Dynamo. Okay.
Yeah, it captures the power from there, and depending on how severe your regen setting is, right, it would just adjust how much energy it captures from there, and that is where you will feel more drag coming from the dynamo. So if you have, that's one of the reasons why I don't really drive EVs with eco mode on.
Got it?
Yeah, because if you do that, then in essence you are just putting on some drag as you are trying to accelerate. I don't know if it works that way, but I always have that conception behind that, you know, it will pull some power as you are accelerating.
Okay, so we are done here actually. Driving up to Genting Premier Outlets, just did a walkthrough of the car, and right now we're going back down to KL.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Henry, do you recommend people put it into the B mode to drive downhill?
Yes. So, in B gear mode, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Basically, how you engage it is just to slide it down to the drive position once more, right? So you toggle that between D and B gear. So what the B gear does is that, like, now we're going down the hill, and it's a very steep hill, mind you.
Yeah.
I don't actually need to step on the brakes, and it's actually increasing the regenerative feature. Oh, it's a narrow road. Yeah, so without me touching the brake pedal much, it's actually pulling the car to slow down even more.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's the point of the B gear. But
yes.
If you feel that's not enough, you can always, you know, just tap on the brakes a little bit more, and yeah, it will slow the car even more.
In fact, the electric car is actually really easy to drive, unless you want to go for the e-pedal. That is something that you have to learn about. But other than that, the e-pedal is not a feature for every electric car, right?
From what I'm aware, the Nissan Leaf was the first one that actually introduced this. I'm not sure about the Tesla because it wasn't actually available in Malaysia, and even until today, it's only available as a grey import, right?
Yep.
So I know that the Tesla also have something very similar called, I think, the crawl or creep feature. I can't remember. So yeah, not every electric car has this single pedal operation mode.
Yeah. The reason why we are sort of like
in a rush
is because we rented the car for 5 hours. We started at
10:30. But we departed late because we were doing all the filming before we came out.
Yeah, but overall my experience was really good, and if I was given the chance to test drive another car again, not specifically only to Nissan Leaf, I'll definitely go on for that. And hopefully for those who saw this video, or any of you guys out there who owns an electric car and you're generous enough to let us test drive, or at least hop into one of your driving, you know, to anywhere, we'll be happy to do so, or to join you, you know. So yeah, without further ado, I just want to wrap this up with you real quickly by shouting out to GoCar, because you guys are awesome for having the EV options here in Malaysia, and we'll hope to see more car rental, car sharing doing so in the near future. So this is Cool Car Guys signing off. Bye!
Bye-bye!